Beloved, words are seeds, and every seed bears fruit according to its kind. Life listens to what we declare with faith, and the unseen world bends to the authority of our spoken word. There is a command, a decree, that unlocks the gates of abundance faster than logic can explain. Say it with certainty, and within 24 hours or less, the floodgates of supply are opened. Money, in great and unexpected streams, is drawn irresistibly to you. The invisible becomes visible, lack dissolves, and prosperity takes its rightful place. Just say this command, and watch wealth answer swiftly. The spoken word is a command that shapes reality, and every syllable released from your lips carries within it the creative power of life itself. Words are not empty sounds, they are containers of energy, seeds that fall into the fertile soil of the universe, and once spoken with conviction, they set in motion unseen forces that weave circumstances, opportunities, and alignments into your experience. When you understand that what you speak is what you summon, you begin to choose your words not carelessly, but deliberately. As a craftsman chisels a statue with precision, knowing every strike creates the final masterpiece. The ancient truth tells us that in the beginning was the Word, and from that Word, all things were formed. That same creative essence has not diminished, it dwells within you, waiting to be activated by your conscious decree. Every declaration becomes a living thing, a spiritual command infused with authority, shaping the fabric of your reality whether you are aware of it or not. Speak of lack, and lack multiplies. Speak of abundance, and abundance flows to you like a river finding its course. Your tongue is the rudder of your life, steering you toward prosperity or poverty, joy or sorrow, fulfillment or frustration, depending on the direction in which you point it. When a person speaks with fear, doubt, or complaint, they are unknowingly issuing commands to the unseen realm, inviting circumstances that echo those very vibrations. The universe does not discriminate, it simply reflects. Yet when one speaks words of power, when one utters affirmations of wealth, success, and divine supply, those words ripple through the invisible currents and return with multiplied force. The spoken word is a decree, a law sent forth from your own throne of authority. Every time you open your mouth, you are setting laws in motion that cannot return void. They gather substance, draw connections, and shape the outer world according to the pattern you have proclaimed. This is why you must guard your speech with vigilance, for casual negativity can block doors you intended to open, and idle complaint can create thorns along the very path you hoped would be paved with gold. Think of the farmer who plants seeds in his field. He does not drop them into the earth with doubt or neglect. He knows each seed carries a design that, when nourished, must produce after its kind. So it is with your words. Every statement you utter is a seed, and the fertile ground of universal law does not question what you have sown. It only fulfills. You cannot plant thorns and expect roses, nor can you speak defeat and expect triumph. What you consistently command with your tongue becomes the harvest you inevitably face. If you desire wealth, you must speak wealth. If you long for opportunities, you must declare opportunities. If you wish for miracles, you must speak as one who expects miracles daily. The spoken word carries an energy signature, and this energy impresses itself upon the invisible substance that surrounds all things. Matter itself bends to consciousness, and consciousness is directed through language. Every affirmation, every declaration, every command vibrates into the ether, calling forth people, events, and resources that match its tone. This is why when you say with conviction, "Money comes to me easily and abundantly," the forces of life begin arranging circumstances for that reality to unfold. It may arrive as a new idea, a surprising opportunity, a gift, or an unexpected payment, but the form does not matter. The command was given, and the command must be fulfilled. It is not the idle repetition of words that shapes reality, but the authority and faith behind them. To say a phrase without belief is like striking flint without force. No spark is produced. But when you speak with unwavering certainty, with the fire of conviction blazing in your spirit, your words strike the ethers with power, igniting results that manifest swiftly. Faith is the fuel, words are the vehicle, and the outcome is inevitable. Speak prosperity with trembling doubt, and it may drift slowly, hindered by your uncertainty. Speak prosperity with bold assurance, and it arrives with speed, as if summoned by divine decree. Understand also that the spoken word not only commands the outer world, but also reshapes the inner one. Every time you affirm wealth, success, and abundance, you are reprogramming your subconscious mind, dissolving old patterns of lack, and installing new beliefs that align with prosperity. The subconscious accepts words as law. It does not argue, it obeys. If you repeatedly declare that money is scarce, the subconscious finds ways to prove you right. If you declare that money flows freely, the subconscious aligns your choices, actions, and perceptions to match that truth. What you speak to yourself in the silence of your thoughts is just as potent as what you speak aloud, for both are commands directing the energy of your life. Consider how kings and rulers throughout history issued decrees with authority, and those decrees were carried out without hesitation. In the same way, your words are decrees over your own life. You are the sovereign of your reality, and the world you inhabit bends to the laws you establish through speech. When you complain, you decree more reasons to complain. When you bless, you decree more reasons to rejoice. When you speak wealth, you decree a kingdom of plenty. Each sentence is a royal order written into the fabric of creation, and the invisible servants of the universe rush to fulfill it without fail. The spoken word is also magnetic. It draws to you the very essence of what you pronounce. If you declare, "I am prosperous, I am rich, I am surrounded by abundance," you magnetize prosperity, richness, and abundance from directions you could not have predicted. People are drawn to your energy. Opportunities appear, doors open, and money flows, all because the magnetic command was released. Words are vibrations, and vibrations attract their match. Just as a tuning fork resonates with another of the same pitch, your declarations resonate with the reality they describe, and soon they become indistinguishable from your lived experience. You must also recognize the importance of consistency. A single powerful declaration carries energy, but sustained and repeated declarations engrave themselves deeper into reality. Every day, speak your wealth into being, command abundance, and decree prosperity. Do not allow the setbacks of the moment to silence your voice. For the moment you stop declaring, you halt the flow of energy. Keep speaking until the walls of resistance crumble, and the flood of supply pours in. Words accumulate power, like drops of water filling a reservoir, until suddenly the dam breaks, and the results rush forth with unstoppable force. The spoken word is your scepter, your tool of dominion over the seen and unseen. It is not merely positive thinking, it is the law of creation. When you open your mouth, you are creating worlds. Every promise, every affirmation, every decree is etched into the invisible blueprint that becomes your lived reality. If you truly knew the power of your words, you would never again speak carelessly, never again declare lack, never again affirm limitation. You would rise each morning and clothe yourself with words of wealth, words of power, words of faith, commanding the day to bring you prosperity, and watching as it obeys without question. Faith-filled decrees draw money with divine precision, because faith is the invisible hand that directs the current of your spoken words into exact results. Words alone carry energy, but when clothed in faith they become unstoppable commands, infused with authority that compels the universe to obey. Faith is the secret ingredient that transforms an affirmation from mere sound into a spiritual decree, a law set into motion that cannot fail. When you speak with faith, you are not begging, wishing, or hoping. You are declaring as one who knows. You are not testing whether it will work, you are proclaiming with certainty that it already has. This inner assurance activates the laws of supply, and money, wealth, and opportunities are summoned into your experience with a precision that cannot be explained by chance. Faith is alignment with the unseen reality, before it appears in the physical. To decree with faith means you see what is invisible, you call forth what has not yet manifested, and you stand in the unwavering belief that it must come. The mind may question, logic may resist, but faith transcends logic, declaring abundance even when the senses report lack. Faith is the unwavering knowing that the invisible realm is more real than what the eyes behold. When you decree, money flows to me easily and abundantly. With faith, you are not waiting to see if it will happen. You are speaking as one who already possesses it, That vibration of certainty draws money into your world in ways that often defy explanation. Yet the alignment is exact. For faith speaks to the unseen order of life and commands it to take shape. The power of faith-filled decrees lies in their precision. They do not send out scattered energy, they send forth a clear, direct command. When faith fuels your words, the universe does not hesitate or fumble. It responds swiftly, arranging circumstances with pinpoint accuracy. Money arrives not randomly, but in the perfect form, through the perfect channel, at the perfect time. This is why people often speak of unexpected checks in the mail, surprise opportunities, or sudden windfalls after speaking faith-filled decrees. It is not coincidence. It is the law responding with precision to the authority of faith. Just as a magnet draws iron without effort, faith-filled words draw wealth without struggle, pulling to you that which already belongs to you by divine right. Faith is the vibration that eliminates doubt. Without faith, decrees are weakened, diluted by uncertainty. A person who says, "I am wealthy," while inwardly fearing poverty, sends out conflicting signals that create delay and confusion. But a person who says, "I am wealthy," with full belief, creates a vibration so strong it leaves no room for contradiction. The decree becomes law, and the law is fulfilled with accuracy. Faith does not waver at appearances, it holds steady until the invisible becomes visible. When bills arrive, faith still declares abundance. When the bank account is low, faith still decrees overflow. It is this steadfastness that allows the decree to pierce through resistance and manifest with exactness. Every faith-filled decree is a seed planted in the soil of the universe, and faith is the water that ensures its growth. Without water, a seed lies dormant. Without faith, a decree is powerless. But once faith is added, growth is inevitable. The unseen forces respond to your conviction, carrying your decree into manifestation. Money begins to move in your direction, guided as though by invisible hands. A job offer comes, a forgotten debt is repaid, a new client appears, a gift arrives, all orchestrated by the unseen response to your decree. And because faith is precise, the supply comes in the exact measure you have declared, often more, but never less. Faith also eliminates delay. When words are spoken with uncertainty, they falter in their journey, they may eventually manifest, but the path is slowed by the weight of doubt. Faith accelerates the process, removing hesitation from the universe's response. It is like sending a messenger with clear instructions instead of vague ones. The clearer the message, the faster it is delivered. Faith speaks in absolutes, not possibilities. Faith does not say, "Perhaps money will come," but, "Money is here now, flowing to me effortlessly." That clarity ensures the decree is fulfilled with no confusion, no delay, no distortion. Faith-filled decrees also align your inner being with the vibration of wealth. When you declare with belief, your subconscious accepts it as truth, and your actions, choices, and opportunities naturally align with that reality. You become magnetic to money, because your entire being resonates with abundance. Conversations shift, ideas flow, courage rises, and you act with the confidence of one who knows wealth is already present. People respond to that energy, doors open, and opportunities multiply. It is not manipulation, it is resonance. Faith-filled words harmonize your inner world with the frequency of prosperity, and the outer world responds by reflecting that harmony. Faith is not striving, it is resting in the certainty of your decree. When you decree wealth with faith, you do not chase money, you allow money to chase you. You do not exhaust yourself in worry, you move with calm assurance, knowing the supply is already on its way. This piece of faith is itself magnetic, for desperation repels while confidence attracts. To decree with faith is to stand firm, unshaken by appearances, knowing that what you have declared must arrive. And because you hold no doubt, the universe responds with speed and precision, delivering exactly what you have spoken. Faith-filled decrees are not limited by human reasoning. The mind may wonder how the money could come, but faith is not concerned with the how. Faith simply speaks the what, and allows the infinite intelligence of the universe to arrange the. This is why supply often arrives through unexpected channels. The decree sets the intention, and the unseen order orchestrates the perfect way. Faith does not limit the outcome by insisting on a method, It declares the result and allows divine precision to handle the rest. By removing limitation from your decree, faith ensures the widest, most perfect manifestation possible. When you decree wealth with faith, you enter into agreement with divine law. You are not trying to force something unnatural into existence. You are claiming what is already yours by right of creation. Faith aligns you with that truth and commands it into visibility. The decree, "I am rich in every way, money comes to me now," is not a fantasy but a recognition of the reality that exists in the unseen. Faith is the bridge between the unseen and the seen, carrying your decree across until it manifests in form. The more you decree with faith, the more you train your mind to expect abundance. Each faith-filled declaration strengthens your inner knowing, dissolving old patterns of lack and replacing them with certainty. Over time, speaking wealth with faith becomes natural, effortless, and automatic. You no longer struggle to believe, you simply know. And with that knowing, money flows continually, drawn with precision to your unwavering words. The universe recognizes your decree as law, and law cannot fail. Wealth flows through unexpected channels when called forth, because the universe is not limited to the narrow pathways the human mind imagines. Money and supply are infinite in their origin, and they come from a vast field of possibilities that the intellect cannot fully comprehend. When you speak words of power, commanding prosperity into your life, you open the door for resources to reach you from directions you could never have predicted. It may come through a chance encounter, a forgotten opportunity, a sudden idea, or the generosity of another, yet every arrival carries the mark of divine orchestration. The spoken word, charged with faith, does not merely set in motion a single path, it activates countless avenues of supply, each capable of delivering wealth to you in surprising and perfect ways. Too often, people believe money can only arrive through their job, their business, or their known sources of income. They box themselves into limited thinking, reducing the infinite to the narrow confines of logic. But the truth is that when you decree abundance, you tap into a boundless source. And this source uses whatever channels are most available, efficient, and aligned to bring wealth to you. Sometimes it comes through the channels you expect. But more often it comes through the unexpected, for the unexpected bypasses your doubts and opens your eyes to the vastness of universal supply. A forgotten debt may suddenly be repaid, a door you thought was closed may open, a gift may be given, or a creative idea may spark that brings forth riches. The form is irrelevant, what matters is that your command has summoned it, and the universe delivers in the most direct and surprising way. The beauty of unexpected channels is that they reveal the truth that you are never dependent on one person, one employer, or one circumstance for your prosperity. Supply is infinite, and people and circumstances are only instruments of that supply. When you release the need to control how wealth appears, and simply decree that it must appear, you free the universe to deliver through any and every channel. This freedom multiplies possibilities, allowing abundance to flow with ease instead of resistance. If you cling to one channel, you may block the very path through which wealth is meant to reach you. But if you open your mind and heart, declaring boldly that money comes to you from expected and unexpected sources, you allow the divine order to surprise you with miracles of provision. Think of a river branching into many streams. If one stream is blocked, the water does not cease, it simply finds another route. So it is with wealth. If one path is closed, another opens. If one opportunity fails, another arises. The decree you speak ensures that the river of abundance continues to flow, reshaping its course until it reaches you. This is why you must never fear when a door closes or a source of income shifts. Instead of despairing, decree even more firmly that new and greater channels of wealth are now opening. And watch as the universe proves itself faithful. The closing of one door often means the opening of a better one, and the unexpected nature of its arrival demonstrates the vast creativity of the unseen world. Unexpected channels often come disguised, and at first glance may not appear to be sources of wealth. A conversation with a stranger might lead to a partnership. A small idea scribbled in a notebook might become a thriving business, or a setback might reveal an opportunity greater than what was lost. When you decree prosperity, Trust that everything you encounter is part of the orchestration. The unexpected is often hidden in the ordinary, waiting for your recognition. Faith allows you to see beyond appearances, to recognize that even the most unlikely avenues may be the very channels through which wealth is about to flow. The unexpected also carries the element of wonder, reminding you that abundance is not only provision but also joy. When money arrives in surprising ways, it delights the heart and strengthens faith. It proves that the universe is alive, responsive, and infinitely creative. It breaks the monotony of predictability and reveals the magic of divine supply. Each unexpected channel is like a love letter from the unseen, assuring you that you are supported beyond measure, and that your decrees are heard and fulfilled. The joy of surprise multiplies gratitude, and gratitude in turn multiplies supply, creating an ever-expanding cycle of abundance. Releasing attachment to how money will come is essential for allowing unexpected channels to open. If you fixate on one method, you resist the flow of abundance. But if you declare wealth without limitation, saying, "Money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways," you grant the universe the freedom to deliver in its own perfect timing and method. Trust is the key. Trust that every decree spoken in faith sets unseen forces into motion, and these forces are wise enough to find the best route. Just as water always finds its way downhill, abundance always finds its way to the one who commands it, regardless of the terrain. Unexpected channels are also proof that you are not the sole architect of your abundance. You are the co-creator. Your role is to speak the decree, to affirm the outcome with faith, and to remain open. The universe's role is to orchestrate the details, to weave together circumstances beyond your awareness, to arrange meetings, ideas, and events that lead to the manifestation of your decree. This co-creation removes the burden from your shoulders. You do not need to know how money will appear, you only need to declare that it must appear. The rest is handled by an intelligence far greater than your own, and it is often expressed through channels so unexpected that you could not have imagined them if you tried. Examples of this truth abound. People who declare prosperity find themselves suddenly offered opportunities they never sought, receiving gifts they never requested, or discovering talents within themselves that create income streams they had overlooked. One person may speak words of abundance and receive a call from an old friend offering a job. Another may decree wealth and suddenly stumble upon an investment that multiplies. Another may affirm prosperity and find a long-lost inheritance returned. The stories differ, but the principle is the same. Wealth flows through channels beyond the reach of the logical mind, called forth by the authority of the spoken decree. The unexpected also protects you from stagnation, ensuring that abundance is not tied to one fragile source. By bringing money through varied and surprising ways, the universe demonstrates that your prosperity is secure, not bound to the uncertainty of a single path. This truth builds unshakable confidence. You begin to realize that even if one stream dries up, countless others remain. You live with the assurance that wealth can reach you at any time, from anywhere, through anyone. This confidence dissolves fear and creates freedom, for you no longer depend on appearances to determine your supply. When wealth flows through unexpected channels, it affirms that your decrees are more powerful than your circumstances. It proves that words spoken in faith transcend the boundaries of logic and expectation. It shows that prosperity is not limited to what you can plan, earn, or predict, but that it is drawn to you by the magnetic force of your declarations. Your decree is the key, and the unexpected is the door through which it enters. The more you decree without limitation, the more often you will be astonished by the ways abundance appears, reminding you again and again that you live in an infinitely generous universe, where every word spoken with faith is honored and fulfilled. Delay dissolves when words align with unwavering belief, because hesitation and postponement are born from doubt, and doubt is the great thief of manifestation. When a decree is spoken with partial conviction, the energy it carries is fragmented, and the universe must wait until the command is whole before it can fully materialize. But when your words are perfectly aligned with unshakable faith, delay cannot hold its ground, for the decree carries such authority that it penetrates resistance and brings results swiftly. The moment the spoken word and belief unite without contradiction, the law of manifestation moves with precision, as if the gates of abundance were flung open at once. Delay exists only where doubt resides, and doubt lingers only where faith has not been made absolute. Every word you speak carries a vibration, but the strength of that vibration depends on the certainty behind it. To say, "I am wealthy," with hidden fear in your heart sends out two opposing currents at once, one of prosperity and one of lack. These mixed signals weaken the command, causing the result to stagger, to hesitate, to circle until clarity is established. The universe is exact, responding not to what you wish for but to what you believe in the deepest recesses of your being. When you speak in complete agreement with your belief, the vibration is single and pure, and this purity dissolves delay. The decree is no longer battling against internal resistance, it flows unimpeded into form, drawing money, opportunities, and abundance into your life with speed that astonishes the reasoning mind. Unwavering belief is the soil into which your words sink, and when the soil is fertile, the seed must sprout quickly. The subconscious mind is that soil, and it does not argue. It accepts as law what is spoken repeatedly with conviction. When you impress upon it words of prosperity without hesitation, the subconscious immediately aligns your thoughts, emotions, and actions to that truth. Delay vanishes because your entire inner being is now in harmony with the decree, leaving no contradiction to slow the manifestation. You think wealth, you feel wealth, you act as one who already possesses wealth, and thus wealth appears, because reality cannot resist the alignment of the inner and outer worlds. Delay is often the result of looking to appearances instead of trusting the unseen. When you decree abundance but then turn your eyes to an empty bank account and believe the lack more than the decree, you reintroduce resistance. You send forth a command and then call it back with doubt. But when you decree and hold unwavering belief, appearances lose their power. You may see lack, but you do not give it authority. You know it is only a temporary shadow, already dissolving under the light of your words. This knowing eliminates delay, for you do not waver between what is seen and what is spoken. You stand in the truth of your decree, as if it were already fulfilled, and that conviction collapses time, drawing manifestation swiftly into the present. The alignment of word and belief creates a magnetic force that pulls the desired outcome toward you. When both are united, the vibration is so strong that obstacles must move, circumstances must rearrange, and people must respond. Delay dissolves not because the world outside suddenly changes, but because your inner state changes, and the outer world mirrors the inner. It is not time that holds back abundance, it is divided faith. Once faith is whole, time is shortened, and results come with speed. What once seemed distant is suddenly at your doorstep, summoned by the authority of words spoken in absolute belief. Consider how a royal decree is issued. The king does not whisper uncertainly, hoping his words will be obeyed. He speaks with finality, knowing his authority ensures fulfillment. In the same way, when you speak your decrees with unwavering belief, the universe acts as your faithful servant, moving instantly to carry out your command. Delay cannot exist in the presence of such authority, for the decree is law, and law must be fulfilled without hesitation. The certainty of your belief leaves no room for postponement. When words align with unwavering belief, even what once seemed immovable begins to shift. Money appears from places you did not expect, opportunities arise suddenly, debts dissolve, and supply flows with a swiftness that defies logic. The alignment removes barriers, for barriers exist only where resistance resides. Once resistance is gone, the path is clear, and the decree manifests with ease. What others wait years to receive may come to you in days, because you have eliminated the one factor that causes waiting: doubt. Unwavering belief does not mean forcing yourself to believe through strain. It means settling into the quiet certainty that what you have spoken is already true. It is the calm assurance that you need not chase or grasp, because your decree has already set the law into motion. Delay is dissolved because you are no longer vibrating in longing or lack. You are vibrating in possession. You are no longer asking as if something is far away. You are declaring as if it is already here. This shift in vibration pulls the future into the present, manifesting swiftly what once seemed delayed. The spoken word aligned with unwavering belief is like a key fitting perfectly into a lock. If the key is crooked or incomplete, the lock resists and the door remains closed. But when the key aligns, the lock yields instantly, and the door swings open. Delay is nothing more than a door waiting for the right alignment. Once your words and belief match perfectly, the door cannot remain shut, and the treasures behind it flow into your life without hindrance. It is essential to realize that delays are not punishments or denials. They are reflections of the inner misalignment between speech and belief. The moment alignment is restored, the reflection changes and manifestation accelerates. This truth liberates you from frustration, for you no longer see delay as an obstacle, but as a signal to align more deeply. You no longer plead for patience. You command results by bringing your belief into perfect harmony with your words. When your decrees and beliefs are aligned, even time itself seems to bend. Manifestations arrive, out of nowhere. Coincidences multiply, and money flows in ways that feel miraculous. But these are not miracles in the sense of breaking natural law. They are the natural result of aligning with law. The law has always been that words create, and belief empowers creation. When both are united without contradiction, results are swift and exact. Delay dissolves because the law has no option but to fulfill the decree in the shortest possible route. The practice of unwavering belief is strengthened by repetition. For each time you decree with conviction, you carve deeper grooves of certainty into your subconscious. Over time, your mind no longer wavers between lack and abundance. It settles firmly into the reality of wealth. Delay vanishes more and more because belief becomes second nature, and your decrees carry ever greater authority. Eventually, you no longer hope your words will work, you know they must, and the knowing itself is what causes immediate manifestation. Thus, delay is never a power in itself but only the shadow cast by doubt. When doubt is dissolved by unwavering belief, delay dissolves with it. Words spoken in complete alignment with faith are creative forces that act instantly, pulling into form the wealth, the opportunities, and the prosperity that already exist in the unseen, waiting only for your authority to call them forth. Prosperity responds instantly to the authority of your voice, because the spoken word, when uttered with conviction, carries the vibration of command. Life itself is responsive to sound, for sound is creation, and your voice is the tool by which unseen energy is shaped into form. When you speak with certainty, the universe hears not the frail tone of a human voice, but the resonance of divine authority moving through you. This authority is not something you must earn, it is already within you, waiting to be recognized and used. Every decree of prosperity spoken with unwavering confidence carries the weight of law, and law cannot be broken. The instant your voice releases a decree aligned with truth and faith, prosperity begins moving toward you with swiftness, arranging circumstances, aligning people, and reshaping events so that your command is fulfilled. Words are not mere sounds, they are containers of power, and when spoken aloud, they vibrate into the field of infinite supply. The authority of your voice gives them weight, substance, and direction. To whisper a desire timidly is to send out a weak signal, but to declare with authority is to send out a force that cannot be ignored. Prosperity is drawn to authority because authority signals belief, and belief is the magnet that pulls abundance into your world. The authority of your voice comes not from volume but from conviction, not from force but from certainty. Even a quiet word, if spoken with absolute faith, carries more creative power than 1,000 loud complaints. Prosperity responds instantly because it is always present, existing in the unseen, waiting for the right command to bring it into visibility. Your decree acts as the bridge between the invisible and the visible, pulling into form what already belongs to you by divine right. The moment you speak, the process begins. You may not always see immediate physical evidence, but the movement starts instantly, for the authority of your voice cannot be denied. It is like planting a seed. The moment it touches the soil, growth begins. Though the sprout may not yet be visible, yet prosperity often responds more quickly than a seed, for the vibration of authority accelerates manifestation, collapsing time and allowing results to appear with a speed that feels miraculous. Your voice is the instrument through which thought becomes law. Thoughts alone carry power, but when given voice, they multiply in force, reverberating outward to command the invisible forces of creation. Prosperity does not respond to vague wishes or half-spoken hopes, it responds to declarations that leave no room for doubt. To say, "I am prosperous, money comes to me now," with authority is to stamp that truth upon the ethers, and the ethers must respond. Authority leaves no question open, no possibility of contradiction. It is not a plea, it is a command, and prosperity bows to command. The instant response of prosperity is also tied to the fact that authority bypasses resistance. When you speak with doubt, resistance arises, delaying the outcome. But when you speak with authority, resistance has no foothold. Authority dismisses obstacles as if they do not exist. It does not entertain delay, it does not negotiate, it does not ask permission. It declares and expects fulfillment. This energy leaves no space for hesitation, and so prosperity flows in, unhindered, as if waiting just beyond a door that has finally been unlocked. The authority of your voice turns the key, and the door swings open immediately. Prosperity is not a distant reality that must be chased, it is ever present, waiting for your recognition. The authority of your voice signals that recognition, proclaiming that you are no longer seeking but claiming. When you declare, "I am wealthy now," you are not begging for wealth. You are announcing that wealth is already yours, and this announcement pulls it into visible form. The universe does not resist such authority, because it is aligned with divine law, the law that abundance is your birthright. Authority is simply the acceptance of this law and the refusal to speak anything less than truth. The power of authority also lies in repetition. Each time you speak prosperity with authority, you reinforce its presence, carving a deeper groove into your subconscious mind and the fabric of reality itself. Prosperity responds faster and faster because your repeated declarations strengthen the vibration until it becomes unshakable. Eventually, your entire being resonates with prosperity, and your voice carries such certainty that even a few words create immediate shifts. Authority builds upon itself, growing stronger with every decree, and prosperity flows with increasing speed and abundance. Prosperity's instant response to your voice is also evidence of the magnetic nature of vibration. Your voice carries a unique frequency, and when that frequency is aligned with prosperity, it attracts wealth like a magnet attracts iron. The tone of authority creates resonance, and resonance pulls the matching reality into your life. This is why prosperity often arrives in surprising ways, through unexpected people or opportunities. The authority of your voice does not limit how abundance must come, it simply summons it, and the universe delivers in whatever form is most direct. The moment the command is released, the vibration travels outward, touching unseen connections and stirring hidden pathways until prosperity finds its way to you. It is vital to understand that the authority of your voice does not come from ego, but from alignment with divine truth. Authority born of arrogance may falter, but authority born of faith is unshakable. It is not about forcing your will upon the world, but about aligning with the greater law of supply, and speaking from that alignment. When you speak prosperity as truth, your voice carries the authority of that truth, and the universe responds without hesitation. Prosperity answers not to your effort, but to your certainty, and your voice is the channel through which that certainty is declared. Examples abound of how prosperity responds instantly to the authority of the voice. A person may declare, "Money comes to me now," and within hours receive a call offering new work, or find unexpected funds deposited, or discover an opportunity they had overlooked. Another may decree wealth with authority and be gifted money from a friend, or stumble into a connection that leads to abundance. These are not accidents. They are the immediate responses of prosperity to the command of authority. What changes is not the outer world's willingness to provide, but the inner world's willingness to claim. The authority of your voice also transforms your own actions. When you decree prosperity with authority, you begin to carry yourself differently. You walk with confidence, you speak with certainty, you make decisions as one who is wealthy. This energy shifts your behavior, and your behavior opens new opportunities for wealth to flow. Authority changes not only the unseen but also the seen, aligning your outer life with the reality you have declared. Prosperity responds instantly, not only by moving through the invisible, but also by reshaping your visible world. Through the choices you make under the influence of authority, the instant response of prosperity to the authority of your voice also reveals the truth that time is an illusion in the realm of spirit. Supply exists in the now, and your decree draws it into the now. When you speak with authority, you are not asking for prosperity in some future moment, you are claiming it as present. That claim collapses the illusion of waiting, and prosperity appears quickly. Because you have placed yourself in the vibration of already having. The voice of authority speaks from possession, not longing, and possession attracts fulfillment without delay. The more you practice speaking prosperity with authority, the more natural it becomes, until you no longer wonder if your words will work. You know they will, because prosperity has proven itself again and again. This knowing infuses your voice with even greater authority, creating a cycle of instant manifestation. The universe, hearing your voice clothed in certainty, responds faithfully every time, proving that prosperity is not distant, not limited, not hesitant, but always present, always ready, always responsive to the authority of your decree.